Hello, this is Churan's Tiny Homestead, and I'm Evelyn Churan. So, yes, I am building a tiny homestead in Markstay, Ontario. The developmental cost is extreme. Um, I was really shocked when I bought the property and started finding out the hard way. So, do your homework, especially when it comes to drilling a well, septic, field bed, all of that stuff, running hydro, whatever. Anyways, I've got lots of gardening set up for the spring and I'm ready that way. I've got lots of seeds. I have 3 totes for water now, but I'm going to invest in more. I have to pay the place off first. I can't do any investing in the place at all whatsoever. Snow and ice. Yeah. This month we're really getting slaughtered here in Ontario, Canada. Um, we had freezing rain for 3 days with plus temperatures. And from there, it went straight to snowstorms. I'm going to be in snowstorms for the next 5 days, so I may not have internet. It might knock out my internet or my hydro. Uh, I'm loading extra wood into the house in case I lose hydro. I do have hydro, but I do not have plumbing or a well or anything like that. Like the build isn't even halfway done. So I've invested in what I could invest in and not what I can't. So I've been out shoveling all day today. And I bought all of this stuff. I had to get all new winter gear because my winter gear was so old and so worn out. And I bought some snow pants. Everything came on sale. The snow jacket that's waterproof and the pants was under $200 through Amazon. And it's actually a product from British Columbia. It's from Pioneer. Amazing clothing and really good breakers for the winter. See, and it actually, I used it in 25 below, and I'm fine. It's waterproof and it keeps you warm. So for under $200, you can get that. And I'm sure if you don't have $200 to buy this stuff new, I think in Sudbury or Sturgeon Falls or North Bay, everybody's got an outlet with used clothes. And if you can find snowsuits like this, they'll keep you warm, even in the winter outside, especially if you're outside all night long. You still need good winter boots and stuff, but yeah. So I've been dealing with a lot of ice and a lot of snow. So I just finished shoveling around all of my walkways. I still have to do the hothouses to clean all the snow off, but now it's snowing again. So it's going to be snowing for the next 4 days. But every place I shovel is glare ice underneath. So I'm kind of slipping all over. I even bought some attachments for my boots to put metal under my boots so I don't slip and fall. It's -9 right now, but it's very, very windy and it's snowing. It's been a crazy week here. Actually, it's been a crazy December was a crazy month for me. My water had froze on me, so I had to reheat everything there. And then I was constantly fiddling with that for about 2 weeks to straighten that out. So, lesson learned, knock on wood, I have a whole pile of food grade containers. And I bought a whole pile of ice cream buckets from Jocko Point and Sturgeon Falls in this summer or the end of the summer. They sell their ice cream buckets, I think, for $2 a piece with lids. So I grabbed like 10 or 20 of those when I was there. So I have those extra buckets to contain my water, especially if I know there's storms coming. Plus, I have 20-liter blue containers that are food grade, that are for storing water, or army containers. I don't know. There's just water containers. They're made specifically just for water. They're blue. Water, you use the color blue, right, to recognize it. So today I'm going to be filling up a whole bunch of extra containers of water just in case the power goes down. And then I don't have to use my generator. And this way I'll have everything here. I'm loading up the fireplace because it's quite chilly in here today. As you can tell, I'm staying very layered and very warm. And I've got 5 pairs of gloves, work gloves, and 1 pair of winter ski gloves, snowmobiling gloves, and my hands stay warm when I go outside. I have the dog inside right now. He goes outside when I go outside, and I notice that his feet are awfully cold and he wants to be out there. And I let him stay out there while I'm working out there, and he gets to run around all over the place. He's got lots of property to run on, but when it's time to come in, it's time to come in. I don't need an injured dog on top of everything else. So I make him come in. Even though he's a German Shepherd, I still make him come in. He digs at the ice. He's trying to get through the ice and stuff like that. And I'm fine with that. He's doing whatever he does while I'm out there with him. But it's very, very icy this year. I've never seen rainstorms for 3 days straight in the month of January. I've never seen that anywhere in Canada except for in Vancouver. This is a first for me in Ontario, where it's raining in January. I don't ever remember growing up that way. I just remember snow from October 31st right through. And we didn't have that again this year. So I started using the wood stove end of November, December, because it's a small cabin. I don't need heat here. I've got electric heat also. And I can turn on my electric heat for 10 or 15 minutes and it heats up the whole area. And I just layer to use less hydro and stuff like that. And I make sure to start charging everything that I need charged, like flashlights, things like that, because of the storms. So I guess now we're in January, and today is January the 11th. And so we're pretty much halfway through January, and we're really getting pelted with snow and ice. And 90%, so many of the highways are shut down. So we're the 11th today. So I guess we're going to get snow pretty much. Well, we still have February to go through also, right? So I'm just looking at my calendar, and today is Sunday, the 11th, 2026. And I'm guessing, well, I know I'm getting snow for the next 4 days. So I'm going to be shoveling snow every day for the next 4 days. My plow truck is coming tonight after dark. So I'm going to put my dog's rope away and everything like that. And I shoveled all the way around my truck so he doesn't have to go close to my truck to plow, because it's ice underneath and I don't need him skidding into my truck. I already have to put a new bumper on my truck because I backed into one of my trees accidentally, not paying attention one morning. And that's $1,500 in damage. So I don't need any more damage on my truck. I'm going to get that fixed next fall, because I can't afford it this year. I can't afford to fix my truck. I can't afford to drive anywhere, nothing. So I'm going to get outside and do some more shoveling, and I have to bring some more wood in the house to dry, because that freezing rain really soaked a lot of my wood. Normally the snow just keeps it cold and dries it out, but with the rain and now the snow, yeah, it's taken a little longer to dry my wood inside the house. So I try to keep 2 or 3 piles extra. I have a Pelican toboggan, like the kind that you pull behind a snow machine. And that's what I pull my wood in the house with. So I'm going to try and do 2 or 3 extra loads today. I was able to shovel all the way around the sauna, around my outhouse, because my bathroom's outside. So I have to keep all those entrances open, plus my walkway to get out of the house. I had to shovel all of that. And then I shoveled to the water shed also, because I got the water hauler coming sometime this week. I'm going to try and push my water as far as I can with a storm. Because I don't really want them to drive on the back road here when it's all ice and snow, because I don't want them to get injured either. I've also told my family not to drive out here for now, until the storms pass. Like January, February is really bad back here because I get the snowstorms off of the Georgian Bay and Lake Nipissing and places like that. So these are all really big lakes. So when the winds pick up and winter comes, they blow in some wicked, wicked storms. So that's what happens here. So I get an astronomical amount of snow. And I'm guessing in a week or two, if my grandchildren want to come out to slide down a really big hill, I'm sure they can. There's once the snowstorms stop, I really don't want my son driving in it because it's dangerous and I don't want anything to happen to my son and the grandkids, right? It's just the way I am. So yeah, so I'm very busy during the winter, nonstop, shoveling snow, getting wood, dealing with camping toilets, things like that. This is like semi off grid. It's only got hydro that's on grid, and the rest is all off grid. So it's I'm self sustainable for a whole year that way, but bills wise, I'm not, and I'm just making ends meet and trying to live one day at a time. Anyways, I just wanted to say be careful out there, drive safe, everyone. Take your time, don't race. If you have to leave earlier, leave earlier. I know the roads are really, really bad out there, and stay safe, everybody, and stay warm. And if it's chilly, just layer lots of layers, clean, dry clothes. Uh, One of the biggest things for getting really cold in the winter is not wearing clean clothes. You have to change your socks every day, and sometimes 2, 3 times a day just to stay warm, because sweating and stuff like that with warm socks will cause you to get colder. Always keep a couple of extra pairs of sweat socks or whatever inside your vehicles. Keep extra clothing so you can layer. Keep a couple of blankets in your vehicles if you're traveling. Keep a small axe, a hatchet, or a small shovel. Keep yourself maybe even a tarp tucked underneath your seat or wherever, because if you break down, at least you can put a tarp and you have some, you can bundle yourself up until help comes. And in a snowstorm, if you have something that's orange or bright, bright yellow or bright green or something, tie it to your antenna on your vehicle so emergency services can find you. Stay safe, everybody. Drive safe. Have a nice day. Churan's Tiny Homestead. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Bye.